She dancing dirty. She twerking on me. Them hundos on me. She love my foreign. Boss made shawty on the pole. Now she sliding my ride.
Sup? Though. True creepy.
My name is Victor, and I'm 23 years old.
Right.
I have a story that happened to me when I was 17 years old.
Okay.
I work as a carpenter at a local building company, and this happened at the period when I was a trainee for the same company.
Right.
We were renovating a very old apartment building from around the 1960s that was going to be school classrooms for a school that had bought the building. As many carpenters, we were working on Friday, which basically means that we started earlier the rest of the week, so we could go home early on Fridays, which means it was a lot of very early mornings.
Right.
So one day, I was on my way to work at about 4:30 in the morning. I was walking the usual way to my bus.
Whoa!
About 1 kilometer. It was through the block I was living on.
The hell? Oh.
Through a small path in the forest.
That's just his
about 200 meters.
Hurry up!
By this time in the morning, it was still pitch black.
Hurry.
Because it was winter and I live in Sweden.
Wow.
So the path through the forest was like a black hole. So I grabbed my phone and put the flashlight on. An old iPhone 4S, by the way. And began walking the small path.
Oh my God.
About halfway on the path, I heard a crackling noise.
And you stop dead in your tracks, and you want to check the shit out. Are you serious? Really? Really? You hear something in the woods, and you're in darkness, and you want to go check it out. You want to stop dead in your tracks, in darkness, in the woods, and check it out? Really? Really? That's what we doing? Huh? That's what we doing? Okay. Nah, I got you. I don't give a damn who or what is in the woods with you. Keep going. I don't even care if it's your coworker. Ugh, wow. I don't even care if it's your coworker. First of all, what's your coworker doing in the woods? Huh? What you doing in the woods? Like, get out the fucking woods.
From my right, and flashed my light in the direction and saw nothing. I just figured it was an animal or something.
Hurry up.
At the end of the path, I heard the crackling noise again.
Hurry up.
But this time, it was much closer.
My God.
I'd always been a little paranoid in the dark.
Oh, yeah?
But was trying to get over it.
I can see why you're paranoid. They don't got no fucking Adidas. See, now, if you was in the woods with your Adidas, you would have nothing to worry about. But if you don't, instead you have, I don't even know what those are. Those are probably fuck-up shoes. What? Oh, shit.
But I began walking a little faster anyway.
You not gonna run?
Keeping an eye behind me the whole time.
Just run.
When I arrived at the bus station, I sat down, waiting for the bus, and was saying to myself that I was a coward for being so paranoid about a small sound I heard.
Well, I'm a bitch.
I could see the forest I walked through from the bus station, because it was only about 50 meters from the station.
Wow.
And when I looked at the path, I saw a man standing behind a tree, right under a street light. About 10
Oh my
meters
God.
to the right of the path, and he was clearly watching me. He was wearing black pants and an old light blue, almost pastel colored jacket.
Okay, so at this point, Jesus. Wow. But at this point, you're waiting for the bus. So just stare at him, you know? Look at him while you're waiting for the bus, you know? So keep your eye on him at all times. Please. Oh, please. Keep your eyes on him. But at the same time, use your peripherals so you can watch out for the bus. You feel me? Do not look away even for a second. Because I feel like if you look away even for a second or a half of a second or a half of a second, that motherfucker is going to be gone. And you don't want that.
Like it was from the 80s. I felt a bit sick when I realized he was watching me, even though it was only for about 20 seconds before I saw the bus arriving from around the corner. I immediately felt relief when I saw the bus. So I stepped on the bus, and it was as usual, completely empty.
Where'd he go?
I sat at the back of the bus and looked back at the forest to see if the man was still there.
He gone.
But he wasn't.
See what I'm saying?
When the bus began to take off, I heard a thud right beside my window. I quickly looked at the side and saw an arm reaching up to my window, waving at me.
Bus driver, keep clucking going. Bus driver, keep going. This motherfucker is dangerous. Keep going. Okay? Drive. Don't slow down. Don't stop. Don't do nothing like that. You know? Just keep going and going. Damn anybody else at any other bus stops. Just keep going. Okay? I really don't care about anybody. What's up? What's up? It's in the refrigerator. Well, it's going to get cut out, so.
Why do you always want to cut it out?
I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry.
And the arm was wearing a light blue jacket. I didn't have time to see his face because he was wearing a hood, and the bus had already taken off. On the way down to downtown, I tried not to think about the man, but it was so hard because it was so weird, and something like that had never happened to me before. I eventually got off the bus at my bus stop and began walking to the building where I had my working clothes and my gear. It was really close to my bus stop, so it only took me maybe about 5 minutes to walk there.
It's too long.
When I arrived at the door to the building, I grabbed my key and was about to put it in the keyhole when I saw in the corner of my eye, peeking out from the building's corner, that man.
Well, it looks like you're going to have to miss work. It looks like you're not going to work today. You better get back on that bus. Hurry up, because I feel like that bus driver know what's up. And the bus driver is not about that business. And I feel like the bus driver is not about that bullshit. So hurry up and get back on that bus and just go home. Just go, unless the bus driver is in cahoots with the stalker.
The light blue jacket standing, looking at me. I quickly unlocked the door, ran inside, locked it behind me. After that, it was 2 more doors. Both needed an access card, so nobody without the card could get inside. After the first door, it was a long hallway. To the left, only lit up by a few lights in the roof. In a ring in front of you, it was the second door that led to my locker in the coffee room. I ran as fast as I could. I was shaking at this time. There is no way I could think of how he could have got down here so fast. I put on some coffee and changed to my working clothes. It was completely quiet in the room. It felt like hours before my coworkers showed up. When they finally showed up, I felt the best feeling in a long time. When it was time to get started with working, we began walking towards the elevator that led up to the top floor, which we were currently working on. When we arrived at the top floor, I realized I forgot my helmet in the locker. So I took the elevator down, went through the 2 doors, and got my helmet, and was making my way back up to the others.
Oh my.
When I had opened the first door and was standing in the dark hallway, I froze. I heard someone whispering my name from the back of the hallway. I looked down the hallway and saw the same man, the same light blue jacket. He was standing there looking at me. Then he said something I will never forget. You look so peaceful when you sleep, Victor.
Oh, no.
He said in a deep but shaking voice. I felt my whole world shatter when he said that. Then I ran for it. I opened the door and slammed it behind me. I ran to the elevator and smashed the button to the top floor.
What did he say he used in the beginning of the video, like a sledgehammer for the nails? Well, okay. Obviously, that stalker is really fucking good at stalking. So you can't. It seems like you can't really go nowhere. You're not safe anywhere. So grab that sledgehammer and go to work. Yeet.
Felt like I was going 100 floors before I got to the top. I ran to the others and told them what happened. They just laughed at me and thought I was silly.
Bruh.
Saying that nobody can get in there without a card. I planned to call the police, but I didn't for some reason.
Unless them two bitches are in cahoots. Either the bus driver or these two bitches are in cahoots with the stalker. Because how the hell he get inside? Pause. Huh? How he get inside?
Probably because I didn't want to look like a coward in front of the others.
So what?
Eventually, I never saw that man again.
You sure?
I don't know if I was hallucinating or he was really there. I have no idea. But I never walked the same path to my bus again.
Oh, yeah.
And I always sleep with my curtains down.
You should have did.
To this day.
You should have did that in the first place. Wow, that's fucking Jesus. And yo, like I said in a video like a while back, I've had a stalker before, and it didn't, you know, it's scary, you know, because in the beginning I was like, and you know, she was a female. In the beginning I was like, oh, okay, that's cute, you know, and then it started to get like not so cute, and it was like, okay, and then it went from okay to like, what the fuck, and then it went from what the fuck to like watching my fucking back. But I've never had a stalker like that before. And I pray to God I don't. But if anybody has ever had a stalker like this, let me know. I mean, I'm sorry, you know. Oh, excuse me. You know, it sucks, you know. It sucks having a stalker, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. I think where the worker, you know, clocked up at was him walking by himself, you know, to the to the bus stop, but like when it was like dark outside in the woods. That's where you know he started his cluck ups, when in reality he could have just asked one of his co-workers for, you know, a possible ride home, you know, just so long as you got them with the gas, then you know they straight. You feel me? But next time, hopefully you do something like that. Just ride with somebody, you know, on the way to work, or on the way to work and on the way home, you know. And in the beginning, well, not in the beginning, but like at the end when he was like, when he closed his curtains or his blinds, and he was like, he said something like, I'm gonna start closing my blinds or something like that. That makes me think that your blinds were always open 24/7. Okay. Cool. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family.
That's why. I didn't tell me you was recording. He didn't even tell me he was recording. Like, that's the stuff. He didn't tell me he was recording. The waterfall is pretty pretty.
I'm a special guest. He's going to tell me his number. Why? Oh my God, he's so extra. I just want to be in the video. No. What you gonna get out? I mean, just go ahead. Why is he right there? Cause. I have this green screen. Green. Why doesn't he cover? Sheet. Green. Okay. Mommy. Oh, just come on. I just want to say it quietly. Just go. No, just say what you want to say. Mommy. Oh my God, he's so extra. Mommy! No, get off me! Mommy! I guess I'll leave. You bored? Yeah. You bored? Not really. Yes, you are. You always come down here when you're bored. No? Yeah. I heard y'all upstairs. No, you didn't. Yeah, because you loud. No. Talking about bus drivers and crap. All in my business. Get out of my business. Money!